So in this video, I want to talk about how to make a Botox party great. So I have a lot of injectors who come to me and they ask me, can you help me throw a Botox party? I really want to learn. And I just wanted to share some of the tips that I have that I've learned over the years with you. So number one is think about, what is the purpose of your party? Is it to promote your company? Is it to show off your new space? Is it to show off a new product that you have? So the clearer you are about what the actual goal of the party is, the better. So for me, most of my parties are to get new clients and to also expose people to the brand. So my brand is concierge medicine. It means that you have access to a doctor 24/7. It means if anything goes wrong, you can text me or call me. That is a very unique part of my company that a lot of med spas don't offer. So I want to invite women into this space in order to share space with me. We talk about products, and I love to focus on education because that's the other part of my brand that I'm really big on. So the second thing about these parties that you want to think about is, what is the value added that you're doing outside of the clinic? So for me, it's that sharing of space. They can come into the home, either a host by themselves can, bring in their friends, and then I can come in and share space with everybody. Or sometimes I have events where I rent out a location, I invite women in from the community, and there's no obligation to buy. I'll go into pricing strategies for your Botox parties in another video. But for me, for my events where I'm just promoting my company, I don't have any, obligation to buy. I may or may not have a fee for admission, but really the goal is to just invite them in and give them a presentation. So the third thing is, what opportunity for education are you providing? These spaces are really great ways for women and men to feel comfortable. A lot of times when you're thinking about Botox, filler, treatment, you feel this enormous pressure to know what you want going in. There's not a whole lot of space to go in and see the doctor and not really know what you want, to ask questions. They're very rushed, and those clinic schedules are booked back to back to back. So a party is a great space to provide your clients a relaxed atmosphere, time to hang out with you. And I'd say that's one of the most important things about a Botox party, is the ability to spend time with the doctor. So a lot of models of medicine are, because the doctor's at the highest of the hierarchies, you see them less. So you may see everyone else in the office more. The doctor may come into the party, inject, and leave. But for me, the Botox party is actually the way that you get to hang out with your clients. And this is how you actually convert into sales, because this is when you hang out with a woman who's been thinking about it for a year, but she's so scared. And when she talks to you and she meets you, she feels comfortable. And then she usually converts to a sale. So any parties that I've had where I was too busy organizing or too busy setting things up and I didn't get to actually mingle with my clientele, I didn't do so well. And really that's because they weren't introduced to the brand of what we are. And so really I want to focus on, when you create a space, when you create a party, make sure you're there in the space. Make sure you go up to them, wear your coat, introduce yourself, and let them know what they'll be getting when they interact with your services. The second part is the education part. So I always do a presentation. So I introduce it with a little bit of meditation, because that's very much a part of my brand, is mind, body. And the second part that I go into is, what do you do for skincare in general? And what are the things that we do day to day to feel good and look good? And so I let women and men, whoever's there, let them share. And I usually know a little bit more about their backgrounds before going into the space. But I really want them to feel engaged. I want them to feel like they can be comfortable and really be who they are. Because in aesthetics, there's a huge pressure that they have to look a certain way, or a lot of times talking about our body image is really hard. So that's why I do the meditation. I let them talk about their experiences, because you'll be surprised how this really loosens people up, especially people that came into it being really skeptical. A lot of times they're able to ease into it. So this is a huge part of setting the space for your client. So after I really kind of get them into, what do you do for your routine? What do you do? And let the participants kind of share their routines. Then I go into a little bit more about how Botox and filler really support that. And then I give a presentation on what is the aftercare, how do you take care of your treatment afterwards, what are the precautions, what do we need to know about, how long does it last. So I use that space to answer the general questions, just so that people feel a lot more comfortable if they decide to get a treatment. And then don't forget, you need to create time slots for your visits afterwards. So you're going to want to be cognizant of how much time you have with each client. Are you creating 15-minute slots or 30-minute slots? You really want to think about how much time you're going to leave for the consultation. And you'll have another video available to you about the art of the consultation. But you really want to think about, is this a party where everyone knows that they're getting Botox and we can just do 10-minute slots for everybody? Or is this a space with people that have never done it before and maybe you need to leave a little bit more time for consultation? I also recommend, if you're a new injector, don't try to offer everything on that day because you're in a new space. Who knows how your setup will be? So come in with a menu. Come in with 3 things you're going to do that you feel comfortable with, and make sure you have everything available to you when you come in with those things. And the last thing would be, make sure you exchange contact info with the people at your event. Create an email list. And if you can, part of my business is really creating that concierge experience. So I often exchange numbers with them and I'll text them for a follow-up in a few weeks. Make sure you text or contact in some way everybody that comes to your event, because aesthetics, honestly, is all about planting seeds. People are thinking about these procedures. People have heard things about these procedures, and you want to be the one that helps educate them, helps introduce them, and makes them feel a little bit more comfortable. Even if it's just asking questions and they never convert to a sale, you want to be a valuable resource to them that they know that they can ask. So answer your DMs on your Instagram, answer those messages, because if the more that you provide value, the more people will think about you if they want to get a treatment or they want to recommend their friend. I hope this was helpful for you.